Anxiety and depression are extremely controversial topics. They hinder everyday life and are difficult to overcome. Weights on your shoulders, always weighing you down, making you feel the density of the world and its issues. Many claim that depression and anxiety are not real, that the individual just wants attention or is faking it. It is an ongoing battle of he said, she said, and can only be debated. Controversy surrounds both sides as well as evidence. At the end of the day, we all have our own beliefs and our own opinions. There are so many issues with either side due to it being such an emotional targeted issue. An argument can be made for either side, but at the end of the day, anxiety and depression are real. There is no known cure for depression and anxiety, only treatments. Many cannot even get treated or are afraid to seek help because of social stigmas. Others always telling them it's not real. That is in their heads. Aaron T. Beck, 2009, stated, understatement is a major problem. Patients, attitudes, antidepressant prescribing, and limited health insurance coverage add such an understatement. Only about 1/3 of the people with depression are treated. Notice how this said treatment and not cure. There are many ways to numb symptoms, but no way to completely erase the issue. This is an issue that millions of people deal with every day. Later in this article, it goes on to talk about different medications that will help the stunt of the growing symptoms and also help lower mobility rates. Depression is generally mistaken for just feeling and looking sad, or as anxiety is often just taken as nervousness. Both illnesses are much deeper than their basic classifications. Many suffering have been told, you're not depressed, you don't even look sad, or you're not nervous. I don't know why you're acting like that. And in reality, there is so much more hindering their mental health than you can see. Eva stated, however, people with mental disorders seem to have many defects in applying humor and experiencing cheerfulness. Thus could benefit positively from humor training. After the statement, she continues to go on to a study where people with and without these disorders were introduced to different types of humor. The subjects without depression and anxiety generally responded positively and laughed, where the subjects with these disorders seemed distracted and not as open and cheerful. She was providing that the people with these mental health issues cannot function or perceive things as normal people do, and that the illnesses are in fact quite real. Morbidity and suicide rates, as many call them, have skyrocketed in recent years. Do you want to know a big common factor in the majority of them? Depression and anxiety, so severe that they felt that there was no other way out. Suicide in people with depression is much more common than those without it. Stacey Ann Brown, 2018, stated, according to the national statistic, depression is hitting America hard, with postpartum difficulties and suicide rates skyrocketing. Nearly 45,000 Americans died by suicide in 2016, a statistic that includes increase in the majority of states between 1999 and 2016, according to the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention. Later in this article, she goes on to talk about different types of depression and how many people are ending their lives. There have been proven cases of suicide in even children as young as 8 years old. Depression and anxiety come in many colors. Many symptoms have not been stated as feeling helpless, sleeping too much, or having motivation. not showering, feeling as if there is no point in going on, tightness in the chest, overheating, hyperventilating, feeling closed in. And this list continues. Depression and anxiety do not have a preference on who they affect. Anyone is capable of having or getting either of these mental illnesses. In this article, William Van said, for many years, suicide among youth were relatively rare, and it is frequently relatively steady, but from 2007 to 2017, the number of suicides among young people from 10 to 24 increased 56%, from 6.8 deaths per 100,000 people to 10.6 deaths. The new report shows these rates are just in young people, not alone the vets who suffer from depression and anxiety, and anyone else. Depression and anxiety are real. They strike the most unexpected individual at a moment's notice, and potentially do extreme harm. They make you freak out over nothing, and they can make you feel like you have no value. These mental health issues wear masks. Every shape, size, form, color. They disguise themselves as innocent when in reality there is no cure for anxiety and depression. The symptoms can be lessened, sure, but in the end, not one substance can completely cure this illness. Think of a cut bandage makes you feel better. Think of a cut. A bandage makes you feel better, but does not automatically heal the wound. No, it does not. Now think of the wound in your mind that makes you question your entire existence and value. Wouldn't you want a bandage for that? Wouldn't you want for 1 minute to not feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders? Depression and anxiety is real, and there is no stopping it. The end. Stop it.